brute, the animal in human form. The human brute, almost without sense, is poorly distinguished from the rest of the animal creation. That the only thing that differentiates him between the animal and him is the form. Ahsani taqweem. Allah has made you in the best of forms. Otherwise, worse than animals. These Arabs, no laws, no regulations. From that, through Allah's kalam, the Quran, our Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, in the 23 years of his prophetic life, he transformed them into an angelic people. Thomas Carlyle, one of the greatest thinkers of the past century, he delivered a series of talks in England, and among his hero prophet, he chose our Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Not David as his hero prophet, or Solomon, or Moses, or Jesus. He chose the holy prophet Muhammad as his hero prophet. And in paying a tribute, he says, to the Arab nation, it was a birth from darkness into light, this new revelation, new message. It was a birth from darkness into light. Arabia became first alive by means of it. A poor shepherd people, roaming unnoticed in its desert since the creation of the world. These were the Arabs. Nobody would give them a second look. The human rubbish. That's what they were. Alexander the Great passed them by. The Persians passed them by. The Romans passed them by. Nobody was interested in this human rubbish. What are you going to do with them? They didn't know the oil was going to come out there. They didn't know. They just passed them by. So see, the unnoticed becomes world notable. The small has grown world great. Within 1 century afterwards, Arabia was at Granada, that's in Spain, on one hand, and at Delhi on the other. Glancing in valor and splendor and the light of genius, Arabia shines over a great section of the world. He says, belief is great, life-giving. The history of a nation becomes fruitful, soul-elevating, great, so soon as it believes. Is it not as if a spark had fallen, one spark on a world of what seemed black, unnoticeable sand? But lo, the sand proves explosive powder, blazes heaven high from Delhi to Granada. This is what the message did, overnight. In decades, what the Roman Empire took 1,000 years to build, within decades, they built an empire greater than that of Alexander the Great, greater than that of Rome. What did it? It's this new, revitalizing message. The message of Islam did the job, changed, transformed the nation. New laws, new regulations. Moses brings new laws, new regulations. The Holy Prophet Muhammad brings new laws, new regulations. Jesus Christ, when he was confronted by the Jews, they were thinking that this man is bringing a new religion. So Jesus assures them, according to the Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17, 18, and 19, he says, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am come not to destroy, but to fulfill. He says, Muni dink dat et hakom het om die wet of die profete die ontbind nie. Ek het nie gekom om die ontbind nie, maar te vervul, but to fulfill. I said, is that true? That's what he told the people, that he had brought no new laws, no new regulations. He has come to fulfill the law. He said, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, or shall teach men so, shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall teach and do, shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. He has come assuring the Jews with no new laws, no new regulations. He's only come to confirm, fulfill the previous revelation. Is that true? So he said, yes. I said, therefore, Jesus is not like Moses, but Muhammad is like Moses. Number 7. I said, Moses and Muhammad, they both died natural deaths. But according to you, I said, Jesus was violently killed on the cross. According to you, is that true? He said, yes. I said, daarom is Jesus nie soos Moses nie, maar Muhammad is soos Moses. Therefore, Jesus is not like Moses, but Muhammad is like Moses. Number 8. I said, Moses and Muhammad, they both lie buried on earth. But Jesus is resting in heaven. Is it true? Oh, very happy to say yes. And every time he says yes, he's agreeing with you, is an extra nail. Nail him down, nail him down. It's a privilege Allah has given you. It is you who choose the role of being a punching bag for them. It is you who chose the role of becoming a doormat for them. This is not the role that Allah has in store for you. He says, لِيُزْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ. He's given you a deen that is to master, overcome, and supersede them all. Kulli, every deen, whether it be Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, Christianism, communism, every ism, Islam is destined to master them all. This is his promise. But you want to be a punching bag for them, that's your choice. Allah didn't want you to be that. A doormat for people to rub the shoes on. That's your role. You have chosen that. This is not your destiny. So, I said, Moses and Muhammad, they both lie buried on earth. But Jesus resting in heaven. Is it true? He said, yes. I said, therefore, Jesus is not like Moses, but Muhammad is like Moses. And I could see again. I said, no, we have to soften things up. You see? Before he looks for the gun. So I said, Dumini, what I have been proving to you is simply one phrase. Suas ye es, like unto thee, like you, like Moses. I gave you 8 different reasons to show that Jesus is not like Moses, but Muhammad is like Moses. But it was all to prove that one phrase, Suas ye es, like unto thee, like you, like Moses. That's all. But I said the prophecy, the verse, is more than just that one phrase. It says, I will raise them up a prophet from among the brethren like unto thee. From among the brethren, not from among themselves, but from among the brethren. So I said, who are the brethren of the Jews? I says, Father Abraham, he had 2 wives, Sarah and Hagar. We say Sarah and Hajra. He had 2 wives. From Bibi Hajra, he had the first son. In his old age, he was old. And he was praying, he wanted to do Allah's work and said, look, when I die, I don't know what's going to happen to the message that I'm delivering to people. So, Ya Bari Ta'ala, grant me a son, a noble son, a pious son, that he may carry on the good works. And Allah heard his prayer. Allah heard his prayer. And a son was born, whose name was Ismail. In Hebrew, Ishmael. Ishmael in Hebrew, Shamia in Samia in Arabic, and Shamia in Hebrew means the same. It means to hear. You say, Sami Allahu liman hamida. When we get up from the ruku, we say, Sami Allahu liman hamida in our salat. It says, Allah listens to the one that praises him. To hear. Sami Allah, Samia. So, Ishmael, El in Hebrew means God. Ilah means God. In Arabic and Hebrew, Ilah both means God. El means God. So Ishmael means God heard. What? The prayer of Abraham. He asked Allah for a son, and Allah heard his prayer, means Allah accepted his prayer, and Ismail alayhi salam was born. And for 13 years, he was the only son and seed of Abraham. 13 years. Before Hazrat Ishaq alayhi salam was born. After 13 years. And the Bible says, from among the brethren, the children of Ishaq are the Jews, the children of Ismail alayhi salam are the Arabs. They are brethren, one to the other. It doesn't say from among themselves, but from among the brethren. I say, who are the brethren of the Jews? The Arabs. Though out of pride and arrogance, they are not giving that credit to the cousins. These are the brothers, the cousins. No. They make insinuations, against the Arabs about this being birth. That Hajra, they say, was a slave woman. She was a slave woman